Hi guys, Todd James here. In this video we're going to talk about making a lot of money off of Amazon by selling ordinary everyday products, not the usual advice that you hear. Hi guys, it's the beginning of 2018. We're kind of doing the final accounting for 2017. I did a video yesterday about a small kitchen appliance that we were really successful with. And I saw a lot of comments saying, well, why don't you tell us what it is? We want to know more about it. I'm not going to do that. That's a product that I say we, it's myself and a partner. We're going to continue selling that product for a period of time. And, it's not really smart for me to put this out on YouTube and tell you exactly what the product is, and then all of a sudden a month from now we're going to have 5,000 competitors. There are a lot of products out there. The way that we go about choosing products is a little bit different than what a lot of people are doing. Yes, we yes, we use Jungle Scout at some point, but a lot of times our product selection really starts with just keeping our eyes open, seeing what other people are selling, not necessarily on Amazon, but on television, through print media, various places online, what's trending. We're just always looking for things that we can possibly sell. It's not really rocket science. Then once we find a product, or maybe a product sector, if you will, that we are interested in, then we use Jungle Scout and some other online tools to help us narrow our focus and really come down to one or two products that we want to pursue. With all that said, I do want to talk to you about a product. And I'm going to name the product, and to be honest with you, I've spent the last 30 minutes thinking I had one of these here at hand that I could actually hold up and show, but it's nothing fancy. It's a pair of socks. Okay. The reason I want to talk to you about this particular product is that the product is no longer available, not from us, not from anyone, but it's really a great example of seeing an opportunity and taking advantage of it. This was the first product that I ever sold on Amazon. Started selling this product back in about 2001 or 2 as an Amazon merchant. Did very, very well with it. And when Amazon FBA became available, it just exploded exponentially. And for the last 5 or 6 years, or 4 or 5 years rather, and for the last 4 or 5 years, it has been an incredibly successful product on a seasonal basis. Typically, I've only sold this product for about 6 months out of the year. But anyway, again, the product is a pair of socks. Specifically, it's a pair of cold weather socks. And it was the nicest cold weather sock I had ever seen. I happened to find a pair of these socks in a sporting goods store about 16, 17 years ago, and they were astronomically expensive. They were astronomically expensive. One pair of socks was about $25, and a 2-pack at the time was like $40 or $45. And it was a brand name. I'm not going to mention the brand name, but it was a proprietary item for this particular company. This is a major hunting outdoor wear manufacturer, but this was a proprietary item. Well, it just so happened that item was manufactured here in my home state of North Carolina. And after I saw this item in the sporting goods store, several months later I ran across identically the same item, or an item that at the time appeared to be identical, in an outlet store here in North Carolina. So I did a little bit of research and found out that this in fact was the identical item. This the sock was manufactured here in North Carolina. I contacted the manufacturer and found that the socks that they were selling in their outlet store, for whatever reason, they were calling them factory seconds. I saw no issues with the socks at all. I didn't see anything cosmetic or anything structural, any flaws whatsoever in the manufacturing. I think these were just overruns, if you will, from a very large factory that makes socks and hosiery. So, in any case, I made arrangements to buy 500 pairs of these socks, and I put them on Amazon. This was back before you had Facebook available and YouTube available and all these other social media outlets in order to use as advertising platforms. But I put out some ads on Google at the time, on AdSense, and sold 500 pairs of socks. It wasn't the first successful item I'd ever had on Amazon, but it was the first item I ever had in quantity where I sold out. And you know, it kind of has a special place in my heart, if you will, that such a boring item, or a seemingly boring item, was so successful. Well, I've made arrangements every year since then to sell these socks, and every year we have essentially sold out, or we've had just a slight amount left over, which we've carried over into the next year. So there's never been, you know, any issues at all. We've been very successful and very pleased with the performance of this product over time. The comments on the product, the user comments, the user comments on the product a lot of times talk about the customer is so glad to see that we're bringing this back year after year, because it's what they give their husband or their son every year before hunting season or before fishing season, and it's just obviously something that people buy year after year after year. Well, jump forward now to 2017. We listed this product in September. We had it available for pre-order by mid-August, and we actually had the product in hand and ready to ship by September. We bought the last offering from this factory. This factory, I don't know if they closed just here in North Carolina, or if they've moved overseas, but in any case, you know, in talking to them, they made it clear that this was not an item that was going to be manufactured at any point in the future. They were done, and the factory has closed. They closed in December. Well, we bought 100 gross, which is 14,400 pairs of socks, and I'm pretty sure they actually threw in probably several hundred pairs of additional socks that were just left over. But in any case, as of mid-December, we sold out. They're completely gone. And I just want to give you some numbers here. I've got written notes. And let me mention one thing. The reason I'm not putting up screenshots is because I moved about 90 days ago, and I am in a rural area. I moved from an area where I had Google Fiber, and had just gotten Google Fiber, had been waiting years for it, got Google Fiber, and was loving life. Speeds that were just beyond belief. And I got the bright idea to move to an area where I think it's safe to say that we will never have Google Fiber. I have speeds here barely above dial-up, and I'm working on some type of solution for that so I can do screenshots and live streaming and things of that nature. But right now I actually have to go somewhere else just to upload the videos at a reasonable speed. So bear with me, but I'm going to refer back to my written notes, talking again about the socks. As of this past fall, the brand name that was selling these socks, and they were the exclusive retail seller of these socks, they were selling a 2-pack for $39.95. They were still selling a 1-pack of the socks for $24.95. Okay, we sold exclusively 2-packs for $24.99. Our cost was $2.05 per 2-pack, so about $1.02, $1.03 per pair of socks. After FBA fees of about $5.06 per 2-pack, that brought our cost per package up to $7.11, leaving us with $17.88 profit. Well, based on 14,400 pairs sold, or not pairs, but actually packages sold, so that'd be 28,800 pairs of socks. The number that we ended up with at the end of the month in December was $257,472 and some change. That's a lot. I mean, to me, that seems like a lot of socks. But I'm not bragging about the numbers. I mean, I'm thrilled with this. We've sold completely out. I'm kind of sad to see it go because this was a reliable performer year after year after year. Last year I looked at the numbers and we were right at $202,000 for last year. So, you know, you don't want to see a product like that, you know, pass by. But by the same token, things happen, and you know, we're excited about finding something to replace it. But the biggest takeaway I want you to have from this video is that we all live in bubbles. If you're watching this and you're sitting in Chicago or you're sitting in Boston or New York City, it may be hard for you to imagine, first of all, that somebody would pay, you know, $25 for a couple of pairs of winter socks. But if you're a ice fisherman in Michigan, or if you're a hunter in Maine, you want socks that will keep you warm, and that will dry quickly, that will wick away moisture from your feet. You're looking for a high performance sock that will keep your feet warm and hopefully keep all your toes in place. And this was a sock that obviously had a very big following, and you know, it sounds like a huge amount of socks, but again, when you think about the number of sportsmen, the people that are into outdoor winter activities, whether it's skiing or going out on snowmobiles or ice fishing or hunting, duck hunting, any of these things involve cold weather, a lot of wind, a lot of snow, a lot of ice, and there's a lot of people out there that engage in these activities every single year. So for them to buy 2 pairs or 4 pairs or 6 pairs of these high performance socks, it was nothing for them. And the cost, when you look at what they're trying to do, which is just stay warm, is well worth it. So I want you all to think about the products that are out there that may be outside your typical worldview, but think about the opportunities you have to sell people things that they need, that they're going to need on a recurring basis. And for us, that's been very successful in terms of just everyday, ordinary products, as opposed to looking for the next big thing. You know, these socks are certainly not as exciting as being on the ground floor of, say, fidget spinners. And I know people that made tens, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars selling fidget spinners. But I also know people that have 10,000 fidget spinners sitting in their garage right now, and they can't give them away. Socks are going to be worn tomorrow and next month and next year and the year after that. It's not likely you're going to end up with a warehouse full of socks. So think about the opportunity that exists within the ordinary. And that's worked very, very well for us. We go into great detail in our course about the things to look for and how to sell common items that have, you know, really great profit margins and that are going to be in demand month after month, year after year. So just keep it in mind. 2018 is just starting. We've got a lot of time ahead of us and a lot of work ahead of us. And we're all going to make money this year. That's the biggest thing. So anyway, stay tuned for our next video. Hit the like and subscribe button below if you haven't already. And we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.